Okay, this video is channel update for October 2024. Like I said, my wife don't want to reconcile, so I'm going to try to look my best. I shaved my beard. I look better without the beard because I got gray hair. I'm working out more. I think my testosterone is increasing. When a man's single, his testosterone goes up. I'm not just being a nerdy scholar. I got to find a woman now. What else? Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I realized today. All the women walking around wearing pink. And, the women mean well, okay? But, what are you doing wearing pink, raising money for breast cancer? You're just giving to the chemotherapy company, okay? If you really wanted to help women, Breast Cancer Awareness Month it's a BS slogan. It's send more women for mammography, okay? That's what it's really about. And then having women raise money for breast cancer is really about having them give money to the chemo company. What I'm trying to say is if you really want to help women, if you love women, you teach them about estrogen. I can tell you none of them know it. I never met a single female in my life that knows this. One resident going into OB-GYN knew it a little bit. My wife had an OB-GYN friend. She's like, oh, she's so smart. She's got a degree in OB-GYN. She's got a degree in law and all this stuff. She's so smart. She's as smart as you. I'm like, yeah, right, bullshit. Bring her over sometime. I'll talk to her. And I talked to her friend. She didn't know anything, any of these questions. You'd be surprised. Conventional medicine is like what it takes to deliver a baby and then a bunch of standard protocols. There's not a lot of intellectual curiosity or knowledge. You would be amazed. Okay, like I said, somebody can go through pre-med, med school, and residency and not know anything about nutrition, epidemiology, toxicology, the most basic stuff in health. That's why I laugh. You can teach a health coach more in a month than somebody will learn in 12 years of conventional medical training. They should teach estrogen chemistry, in high school health class. Instead of putting condoms on bananas, they should be learning about, marriage and divorce, how to finance a house, how to finance a car. Okay, the differences between men and women. Not telling them they're the same, telling them how different they are. What am I going to do this month? I'm going to have a bunch of cancer videos. Okay, I got tons of cancer videos. I'll run those this month. Oh, another thing that's going on, there's all these nutrition and vegan meetings all over the place, especially out in California and other places, but I didn't get invited to anything, not even an email, nothing. And so it kind of reminds me, I'll show you some paintings like Aristotle, the Macedonian in Athens. The Athenians were resentful of him because he wasn't an Athenian, he was a Macedonian, but he's the best philosopher. I'm always an outsider. I wish I wasn't, but I just am. And when I was in residency, I stayed at Northwestern because my mother was dying of cancer and I was, from the Chicago area. I wanted to go to Harvard. Harvard told me, just sign the paper, we'll take you. But, I wimped out in a sense. I should have gone to Harvard. But for my mother's sake, who I love more than anybody else in the world, I was closer with her than anybody else. I did right by my mother. I stayed at Northwestern, but I was bored. And Northwestern kind of had a stuck-up attitude towards me. I couldn't believe it. And also, I'm half Puerto Rican, too. So when my first day there, this one attending goes, oh, you're a Puerto Rican. We never had one before. I'll have to watch my hubcaps in the parking lot. I just started laughing. I didn't say anything because I was like, you know what, pal? I'm not only going to be the best resident in my group, I'm going to be the best resident in the entire program. I'll probably be the best resident that ever trained here. Okay, you just wait. I was done with my boards, 4.5-hour test, an hour and 10 minutes with a perfect score. So, and I was real aggressive right from day one. Sat right in the front row. Only the attendings and the senior residents did that. So my attitude was kind of, okay, fine. Call me a jerk. Call me a pornographer. Don't invite me to any meetings. Insult me all you want. I'm just going to keep on studying. I'll get better and better at this stuff. You'll see. And it reminds me of residency. I'm always an outsider. I wish I wasn't the outsider, but I don't know. Maybe that energizes me too. But I sort of say to myself, well, they're all BS in the pros, telling them soy and coffee and MSG, olive oil, omega-3 nuts, all this crap is good for you. I'll just keep studying and learning, reading the papers. Even though hardly anybody watches my videos, they're going to be here. They'll be good ones. And even if I get deleted from here, I'll go somewhere else. So this information, I'll help keep it alive. And I do think they're trying to bury McDougall's legacy. I'm not just joking about that. They're trying to pretend that low fat and moderate fat are the same thing, but the data doesn't support low fat, moderate fat from what I've read. What else? Okay, for people who are new to this channel, the best thing is the playlist. The playlist, you get a lot of high quality information and there's no duplicates there. Okay, if you just randomly search, you'll find a lot of good stuff, but there will be some duplicates just because that's how this channel works. Okay, I work full time. I don't really have much time to maintain this channel. I enjoy it, but I don't have much time to do it, so I can't do everything the way I would like. I can't. I wish I had more time for it. Okay, I'll just show you a couple paintings, what it reminds me of. So here's Aristotle in Athens. And after Alexander the Great died, they chased him out of Athens, because he no longer had support. Alexander the Great was his friend. He's also a Macedonian. Okay, Aquinas before Christ. Aquinas basically said, Christ, am I screwing up? Am I doing right? And Christ said, yeah, you're doing fine. The point being is, you know, everybody tells you about technology and stuff, and all these bullshitters like Huberman, oh, everything's getting better, all this information is available. BS, most of the information on the internet is not true. Okay, so you need people. That's why I still do this YouTube channel, even though I'm shadow banned, I get hardly any views, because I know I'm right, and I know I'm telling the truth to the pros, and I know I have lots of secret advantages. And the secret advantage is I don't have to sell anything. I don't have to recruit anybody to my clinic. I don't have to play any games. I don't have to promote anything. I'm not monetized. I don't give a rat's ass. I just want to be the best channel, be the best doctor, and provide good information. So in the long run, I think that will help to make my channel good. Okay, and then also I'll tell you a painting that I'm reminded of too. Machiavelli. Machiavelli, and I'm talking wrong. Everybody's going to say Machiavelli's evil, he's a jerk, he's bad. And there are some bad things about him. But there's some good things about him too. He worked all day in the fields, which is kind of for me like doing conventional medicine all day. I could do it, you know, with half my brain. And so I like this nutrition stuff because it challenges me to read the papers, especially about the brain. That's what I think is most interesting. And anyway, so he would come home in the evening, go into his library, change his clothes into his scholarly attire, and he would read about the ancients. And in a sense, I'm sometimes doing that when you read about the history of nutrition and whatnot. But I also read about the history of civilization. And in a sense, he was sad because Italy was being destroyed, broken apart and destroyed. And he was sad about that. And part of the problem is because Italy could never unify. All right? And I saw the same thing happen to Ireland. Ireland was destroyed because the Irish could not unify, and they're a smaller country. And so I have all the separate chieftains, the Irish chieftains, and they're not getting along. And, you know, and I noticed that too amongst all the Christians. They're all jealous, you know. You know, like my wife's friend, you know, she's a big shot doctor, okay? She can't even look at my book because she's so offended that I wrote it instead of her. And there's, you know, and like I said too, I got lots of doctors that come to me and tell me how great I am, but, you know, they'll never invite me to speak. Anyways, it is what it is. It ain't going to change. And like I said, I think maybe being an outsider kind of energizes me, so maybe it's not such a bad thing. I made another discovery today. I figured out epilepsy. Trust me, that's a big statement, and I did. A lot of important stuff about epilepsy. I figured it out, and it ain't in any of the neurology books. And these big shot neurologists, they never talk about it because they don't care. They don't know what I know about brain physiology. So anyways, I'll make videos about that in the near future. So anyways, I hope you enjoy the channel. Playlists are the best value, and I'm going to do cancer videos this month. That was kind of the main point of all this.